Hi friends! Today I'm going to read you a story called Wonderful Worms by Linda Glaser. Pictures by Loretta Kropinski. And if you haven't already, you can check out the video about my worms after we've read this story. Wonderful Worms. Earthworms are fat and wiggly like my fingers and toes. They live where it's cool and dark and damp, where roots spread out like underground trees. Worms feel sounds with their whole bodies. They feel thunder when I walk. So here they are. And when you walk above, they can feel it. They can feel the vibrations. They are wonderful diggers. They dig passageways and burrows. But they don't use shovels or fingers or toes. Do you think worms even have fingers and toes? That's right, they do not have fingers or toes. So how do they do it? Do you know how they do it? They eat their way through and move along. They stretch out long and thin and squeeze in short and fat. Then stretch and squeeze, stretch and squeeze. Eat and dig, move and dig. Look who's above the ground, a snaky. He looks like that striped garter snake from the other book I read. They're safe for people, but it's always a good idea to tell a safe grown-up if you see one. Earthworms mix and turn the dirt as they dig and tunnel in the earth. Look over here. This guy likes to eat worms. Who else likes to eat worms? Yep, birds do. They make soil soft and airy so the roots of plants can breathe and grow. If the dirt is too hard, these roots would have a difficult time getting through. So while they come through and they eat it, they loosen it up, and the roots are able to grow more easily. Worms are very important for plants. Worms don't have eyes or ears or a nose, but they do have a mouth. And they need food just like I do, but they eat dirt and rotting leaves. So here they are coming up a little bit to the surface. So they go through the dirt. Remember, they eat their way through the dirt, but look, at nighttime, I'm noticing that they're coming up to eat a little bit of those leaves. They swallow tiny pieces, and inside their worm bodies, the food changes. Look at this. What's that guy? Yeah, it's a bunny. And what is the bunny eating? Strawberries. When it comes out of their tail ends, it makes the earth rich so plants can grow. So when they eat dirt and they eat little bits of leaves and other small tiny pieces that they find at the top of the soil here, it comes out the other end as really good dirt. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, are you talking about worm poop? And yes, I am. Worm poop is very important for plants. Earthworms are my helpers, the underground gardeners. We work hard in the dirt in my garden, which is their home. And that's the end. And at the back, they have a bunch of different wonderful facts about worms. About how they only have a mouth, but they can't bite anyone because they don't have teeth. Right? And that earthworms go deep down in the dirt when it's winter time and the soil is very, very cold. And one of the other things they talk about is baby worms. I noticed some baby worms in my garden, in my worm garden, recently, which is why I didn't make a worm video until now. They come from eggs, which are inside like this small cocoon, and there could be up to 20 eggs in one cocoon. But often only 1 or 2 eggs hatch, and when they hatch, the baby earthworms are thin and white. They're very tiny, but the worms in my worm garden, many of them laid eggs at the same time. So we saw a little batch of lots of baby worms. Let you look at that for a minute. I'm wondering if any of you have found any worms in your garden recently. Maybe digging in the dirt, you found some? They're so, so important, so make sure we put them back, and they'll help our soil and they'll help our plants grow. Thanks for listening to my story.